What we've got here is failure to communicate.
This famous quote from Cool Hand Luke is appropriate when thinking of communicating in a meaningful way with your project team. Let's talk about how you can plan your communications so you do not meet the same fate as Luke. Many experts agree that the greatest threat to the success of any project is failure to communicate. Many project managers say that 90% of their job is communicating, yet many project managers fail to take the time to plan for project communications. This dooms them to failure from the start. So let's talk about the communication tasks. Project communications management involves generating, collecting, disseminating, and storing project information. Because project information is so important, every project should include a communication management plan, a document that guides project communications. Key outputs include a communications plan and a project website. All large projects should include a website. Our online class uses a wiki for this purpose. Let's look at the elements now of a good management plan. The plan will vary with the needs of the project, but some type of written plan should always be prepared and address the following items. Stakeholder communications requirements. Information to be communicated, including format, content, and level of detail. Identification of who will receive the information and who will produce it. Suggested methods or guidelines for conveying the information. Description of the frequency of communication. Escalation procedures for resolving issues. Revision procedures for updating the communications management plan. And finally, a glossary of common terminology used on the project. These are the important elements that you would include in a good communications plan. Let's look at some of the stakeholder communications requirements. Because this project involves many people from all over the company as well as outside suppliers, the project team will use surveys, interviews, and checklists or other tools and techniques to determine the communication requirements for various stakeholders. Employees will have specific communications needs in that their jobs are being affected, and they will likely be uncomfortable with those changes. Suppliers will have communications needs to ensure that they are completing their part of the project. Internal experts providing content will have communications needs relating to providing useful information and products. The following table summarizes various stakeholders, communications required, the delivery method or format of the communications, who will produce the communications, and when will it be distributed or the frequency of distribution. All communications produced will be archived and available on the project website. As more communications items are defined, they will be added to this list. The project team will use various templates and checklists to enhance communications. The team will also be careful to use the appropriate medium, such as face-to-face meeting, phone, email, hard copy, website, and so on, and also follow the corporate guidelines for effective communication. For our purposes, you can use the form that can be downloaded from the author's website named communicationmanagementplan.docx. So if you do not want to have a failure to communicate, you will need to create and use a good communication plan. See you next week.